Hello everybody, Cedric Kennedy here for CR Wrestling Commentary, and I will be going over NXT 2.0, which was September 14th, 2021. And I know it's the 16th, but I have forgotten. I just don't watch NXT. I don't. And I found out the reason why I should not watch this. And it's not the wrestling so much so. I promised that I would do this, so I'm going to do it. You know, they always keep my promises, kid. All right, so opening video was nice. I saw that when I was like going to watch Raw for Charlotte Flair. That you know, that standard that they have for the opening. I like that. I like that. It's very how can I say, WWF No Mercy like, but updated, obviously. Okay, but the logo, you know, and what I wrote was the logo looks like I need to prepare for a paintball fight, and yeah, it does. So then Tommaso Ciampa, he does a decent promo. I would think that he would always do one. Pete Dunne, he doesn't convince me on his promo. I won't feeling that. Kyle O'Reilly says his win. Kyle O'Reilly says his win for a title is 16 years in the making for NXT, and I was like, what? 16 years? Okay, maybe you've been wrestling 16 years, but I'm like, NXT's been around for roughly 11 years, and you've only been in there for about 4 years. So, no. And if you want to add that up, which still wouldn't make sense, that would still be 15. So, yeah, not good. Not good writing. Not good writing. And I'm not an apologist for WWE or any promotion. I'm just not. I'm better than that. So I'm not going to make excuses for things that don't make sense. Just not going to do it. But, you know, moving past it. So LA Knight is a good promo as usual, you know. And I've known about LA Knight for a long time before his name was LA Knight. You know, he was Eli Drake, you know, like that a lot better. And then dude bouncing next to him, I was like, okay, Braun Breaker. I was like, he seems like a dunce. But I couldn't help, and I was like, he looked like a dunce, like a freaking idiot. You know, and then I couldn't help but like, why does he seem familiar? And I couldn't figure it out. I just moved on. Like, something about him looked familiar. He was very, as me and Cedric would say, because of our days watching Pokemon, very Totodile about it. Because Totodile was always ready, always wanting to do something. And then, you know, we get to the actual opening. So NXT 2.0 opening is very Splatoony. But a 2.0 means nothing if you use all the 1.0 of anything. So if you don't change anything but the look, then you've done nothing. Okay, so the first thing I want to say before getting into the matches, because I could have wrote it any time, but I decided to chill and wait. The arena is where the wrestling is taking place is bright. I don't know if I could handle that if I was a wrestler. In addition to that, oh yeah, I want you to know, during the match, the wrestlers, the way their style is and the way they go about things, they make sure to not look up that much. So that tells me everything. When a wrestling arena has good lighting, a wrestler can lay on his back or her back and look up. These guys and girls was not having any of that. Not any match. A darker arena. Not saying a dark arena. No. From what we see here, a darker arena would be good. NWA, they've got good lighting. Ring of Honor has excellent lighting. I don't know why you want to get any brighter than that. You want it so that the people can watch the match and not squint. Just saying. So first match is going to just ruin, to me, the main event. All right, so LA Knight versus Braun Breaker. So it's Braun Breaker's debut. And I'm beyond, what I wrote here was Braun looks like he could be the son of Nikita Koloff. That's in the face. But his shoulders and stance was throwing me off. But I was like, hey, Nikita Koloff, and I just left it alone. And then words are guiding. It'll change everything when someone says one thing. So whoever it was on commentary, Michael Cole Jr., I don't know, commentary makes a Rick Steiner reference, calling him, you know, something like the dog-faced gremlin, as Breakker does good deal of college-style wrestling and whatnot. And when he said it, I was like, the face, not seeing it. The head, not seeing it. But that build and his stances and the way he's moving, I'm like, oh, crap, I don't want to see it. But I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And because I don't want to be guided by words. Not that I don't want him to be somebody's son or second generation wrestler. I just rather not be guided by someone else's clues. That's all that is. And then I'm seeing his singlet and I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's all in there. It's all in there. So, okay. I'm like, that's cool. I'm glad that at least, if anything, he'll be making a lot of money. So, you know, kudos, man. Kudos. And if anyone should be grandfathered into any top promotion, I mean, it'd be a Steiner. I'm just saying. You know, actually, any of the greats. Any. Okay, so LA Knight, and I didn't keep much notes on much of anything, but LA Knight, he had a nice leaping reverse ace crusher. He does well. And in this ring, he has a lot of room to actually move around, so that's good for LA Knight. Breakker did a nice roll with a belly-to-belly suplex. I like how he did that. And then he hit a military press power slam, which is basically what like a Goldberg special, but Goldberg ain't even the first to really do that. But he got the win with it. It was a short match. It wasn't a squash match, but it was a good match. The wrestling was solid. It was sound. It made sense. And it was, you know, enjoyable. The problem is, and I'm going to tell you straight up when watching this, I have an issue with WWE in general. So when I'm watching this, or if I'm watching AEW, something like that, I've already got the sourpuss look on my face like, yeah, all right, because I want to be impressed. I don't want to just go into it like, yay, it's this, and I like it, and I'm going to be great with it. No, I need to see what's happening. So I put that sourpuss face on so that I can stay on the outside and judge it properly instead of just being a fan and, yay, it's all good. I need to see what I need to see. And so with that, yes, that was, like I said, good match, good finish. It's all good. And yet it didn't make sense. So this debut, while good for Breakker, not good for LA Knight. And it ain't because he lost. It's later. So Imperium come out, announcers too low to hear the names, and the graphics only stay up for a hot damn second, so you don't have a chance to really see who is who. So, and they come out, you know how the graphic is, you know where they're standing, so you should put the name according to who is standing where. That's how that should go. They could at least, I mean, there's a lot that they could do. They got the money, just add a couple of graphics and then extend a few more. But Imperium come out, and I like Imperium from the time I saw them so long ago. They got a very choreographed intro. I mean, it's very choreographed. And then they're going against Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, which, without seeing them a lot, they just look like clones of each other. So, but it was a really good match. It was a really good match. And then there was a counter to an avalanche butterfly suplex for the win. Imperium won. Cool. It's all good. It was a good match. I liked it. It was solid. I didn't see any crap. So the wrestling is good. The wrestling is really good. Okay, so then we get down to this B-Fab versus, and I had to write it in later, Katrina Cortez. Glad they introduced her. I wrote that sarcastically, even though, you know, by writing you can't tell sarcasm, so got to hear it in her voice. You know, glad they introduced her, because they didn't just show up. And I was like, who is this almost fake luchador, or somebody from some other promotion that wants to get paid but not expose who they are? Gotta admit, the mask looked really good though. And there was a whole thing before that, and I just didn't care. I was like, yeah, these people are fake. That's all. I was like, I don't believe these people. I just don't. But she has some really good looking forearms. You know, she was laying me. Now look, she might not have been touched, but when the hair is flying like that, it can be passable. So that's good. But it looked really good. And, you know, the finish is a highly unconvincing reverse neck breaker by B-Fab. And then Fab talks trash and someone walks in, Legado El Fantasma. I guess that's the group, or maybe that's the person. I don't know. They didn't really go over that stuff. And then there was a poor exchange as their words seemed uninspired. And it looked like that. Then there was wedding stuff that no one needs to care about. And then Carmelo Hayes come out. Super boring promo. Very boring. He gonna be a face, right? So I wrote this. Could be a face and speak on behalf of the fans that empowered him to where he is and such. And then someone comes out and disrespects them. So he and Trick come. They attack this guy. Good job on the attack and nice. I didn't even write this down, but it was a nice because it's inside the ring springboard spinning lariat. So that was pretty good. I like that. Then Mandy Rose and someone do a promo. Let's see. And I wrote, must there be a promo after each match and or promo match? You know, and a promo match is pretty much what the Carmelo was. It was a promo, then there was a little fighting. It was, oh my goodness. It's just all over the place. Always somebody's got to do a promo. There's got to be some kind of skit, some kind of thing. And it's just like, come on. More wrestling, less this. Anyway. So Casey and Kate, I think that's who it is, versus JC Jane and Gigi Dolan or Dolan is one of them. Oh wait, Kyle O'Reilly gets attacked during the match. Not much of an attack, just a little attack. This guy is a professional wrestler. That'll happen. So Mandy Rose runs in and causes a DQ during this very good match. It was a good match. Mandy Rose runs in. It's like, okay, now they're gonna, you know, be all over how good she look and she's all reborn or whatnot. Yeah, okay. And then Surratt, I guess that's the name. I don't know, no spelling. And I know that United States inhabitants do not pronounce Japanese or any other foreign name decently at all. So she runs in and attacks Mandy Rose. The heels and faces argue back and forth. And then during the break, now Regal makes it a 6-man tag match, though it's all women in the ring, so there's that. And yeah, that's my note. I read that fully. Mandy Rose with a flying bicycle knee strike to Carter for the pin, and which was predictable after Rose kicked out after a super kick. So, you know, once you get like one, Rose makes her return, right? So who you think is going to win the match? It's kind of obvious, you know. You know what, you know, and she didn't have to, her team could have lost going on performance level. Her team could have lost, but she not get pinned. And then she do a final attack on somebody, and then she still gets over. And then the beef is still going. You know, but, well, you know, when someone puts a finisher on or a very good move or a big move and you kick out and it takes them forever to get you up and all that, yeah, okay, it's obvious. More waiting crap to skip. As assumed, O'Reilly can't wrestle, though nothing really happened to him. A sub was made, Von Wagner. And in my mind, it's just comedy for me because of Dr. Wagner Jr. I always say never trust a Wagner. I just like saying that because it's funny. That's my bit, that's my thing I do. And I find it funny. It tickles me inside. Okay. And then look, nothing really happened to O'Reilly. You know, O'Reilly. I mean, you know, double team, kick, stomp, knocked him down. You know, he got saved. But, you know, if that was a wrestling match, I guess it would have been not so severe. But since it happened in the dressing room, it's epic. You know, I guess you could just say in the dressing room, in the jumping, they didn't hold back. And they laid everything into him as brutal as they could. And he's all jacked up. Better be injured, but have something like some cracked ribs or something like that. You know, a broken little toe or something. He can't wrestle. Because other than that, it's going to look dumb. So Ridge Holland versus Drake Maverick. You know, Ridge Holland comes in all huge and stuff, you know. And then come back. Baba Ganoush in the ring. All right, start the match. I was like, this is going to be bad, which was a squash match ending in a variation of the Yokota Power Slam. That's pretty much it. So Ridge Holland won. Tommaso Ciampa did a promo, which was, pretty good, against some girl they didn't even announce. And then the Creed brothers of what's called the Diamond Mine, I guess, they came out. And then I put, versus, Tony D'Angelo coming soon. Okay, some unknown tag team. So the Creed brothers, one of them, I don't know which one, they did a release Death Valley Drive in the corner onto the opponent and dropped this dude on his neck. That was dangerous. I don't think I'll work with this team again. And then, they had a nice stiff clothesline to a seated opponent. I don't like the commentators. I don't like WWE style of hype up. I am tired of, I've been hearing the same crap for so long without even watching it. It's aggravating. You have to make an impact. Everyone wants to make an impact. Oh my God. If everyone makes an impact, then who's made an impact? Because now what does make an impact? So you got to go in there and just saw somebody's head off and be like, there you go. I won permanently. That person will never beat me or anyone ever again. So afterwards, dude introduces Ivy Nile, and she looks physically beautiful and intimidating. So I hope she can wrestle. I hope she can wrestle differently than, wait, no, she's not going to wrestle different than anyone else. Because it'd be nice if she was a striker. Just saying. Then Kushida comes out complaining they talk too much. I was like, oh, they've been teaching them English. That's cool. All right. So a match made for Kushida and Roderick Strong. Oh, wait, they announced that later, but I already knew that was going to happen. Okay. I didn't even recognize Roderick Strong. I was like, that's Roderick? Wow, it's been a while. Cool. More waiting crap. So Pete Dunne, this is the main event. Yeah, main event. Okay. So Pete Dunne comes out versus more waiting crap with LA Knight in the ring. Then there's Von Wagner and Tommaso Ciampa come out. So before the match started, I had to pause it. Now I paused it during the female matches, but I didn't skip the female match. I just, I watched the wrestling is good. I like the wrestling. I like the style. And I can see, well, I ain't gonna say I like the, how can I say, the blanketed style, because everyone does the same. But how can I say this? Watching certain E-Feds, I can see where the heavy inspiration is not that far from copying how some of these females look. So, yeah, thanks for the originality, people. Any case, inspiration is one thing, thievery, come on. So I wrote notes. I took 4 important notes. I paused this and I took 4 important notes. Number 1, LA Knight lost to Braun Breaker in the opening, but still is in the title match. If that was my federation, Breaker won, he goes to the title match. You can't lose and have a title match. That don't make sense. The one that should be in that title match should be the one that beat you. And then Wagner, he's new. Regal's like, basically go out there, do what you can. That's what Regal was. And Wagner's like, yeah, thanks. He looks like a starry-eyed kid. Okay, so he's new. And then Dunn just looks fake. I mean, come out, like, look, I'm hulking. I'm huge. This is me, and I'm menacing. I'm like, so is everybody else. And so he's trying to look more than everybody else. So it didn't help. It didn't help. And then Ciampa, well, he lost the title due to injury 900 plus days ago. And that was the only reason why he lost it. So LA Knight lost earlier. Wagner is new, and Dunn looks fake. Kind of narrows down who the winner's going to be, doesn't it, everybody? Tell me I'm right. So Wagner, these are the things that I didn't like during the match. because the wrestling, good. I like seeing what they was doing. It was a nice, fast-paced match, and it wasn't a whole bunch of, these two in the ring forever and ever. So they did great with this. WWE should be the masters of the four-way match, really. That's where I got, the master of four match from, where it's elimination and, not winner, the first pin or submission wins all. I'm like, you didn't beat the others. It don't count. You got to go through to everybody else. That's how I see it. But Wagner does a spot where he breaks the fingers that are not, and it's not sold. The broken fingers aren't sold, and it's not followed up with anything that has to do anything with the hand, the fingers, the arm in general, or anything like that. I'm like, Marty Scurll wants his bit back. Because at least Marty Scurll, he would break the fingers, and then he tried to put on the chicken wing. Hey, if my fingers are broken, someone put on the chicken wing, and I haven't tapped by them breaking my fingers, I'm certainly going to tap when they put that chicken wing on. My shoulder is going to protest. I won't be feeling my hand for at least a little bit, but my shoulder is going to protest. So, all right. Then the next thing, Ciampa did a dive outside the ring. I didn't write that down, but I was like, that wasn't necessary. It was just a spot for him to hit, roll over, and look at the belt and be like, the glory, the crowd's with me. Yay. Okay. So, Ciampa and Dunn, they had a great duel running forearm to Wagner. And it looked really good and looked kind of match ending. It looked like that, Wagner should be done permanently. And then the commentators pissed me off again because they're just not bright. Their commentary is not bright at all. And it's probably infecting others that want to do commentary. Any case, so Wagner takes advantage of, I can't remember who it was, LA Knight or somebody on the top rope. And he does an avalanche suplex. Okay? Now, somebody was on top rope. Wagner took advantage, caught him with the avalanche suplex, and the commentator says he's going to steal it. That's so stupid. That is so epically stupid. I'd have been like, hey, you, either don't say it again, and if you do, you're fired, or just shut up for about a year. Just shut up. I'd be beside myself. And you're gonna say he's saying he's gonna steal it. One, if he was gonna steal it, you know what would happen? He would have held the tights, feet on the rope. He would have cheated or something. But when you say he's gonna steal it, it almost sounds like you know who's gonna win. But then this person might have done something that's going to upset that and then win instead. So saying stuff like that doesn't bode well no matter what. So it was outright stupid. And then Ciampa, he gets in and he lands the butterfly face buster and he gets the 3 count and he wins. And then 2 people I don't know got married as if it means anything to or in wrestling. It was stupid. It took up the last part of the show, and a wedding was your main event. They call this title match the main event. The wedding was more important. Wedding should have started off the show if it has to really be in the show. How about this? Do your wedding outside, not unless your schedule is so hectic that you have to do it like this. You know what? Do it in the back where nobody can see, and then show highlights of it during the show. Still not going to care. Still going to show it during the match so I can't skip it. That's what I would say. So, probably wondering, what do I think about this show totally? I like the wrestling. I like what I saw, although they're almost, different moves, but they're clones. The style is very clone-like, so you don't get to see a different style in the ring. This is the WWE style. You don't get to see a prolific striker and whatnot. You can't really show off mat skills and high slams in various degrees. Not happening, not going to happen, because certain ways of doing things, you need to show how close you are. Quick, stiff, hard-hitting slams and such can't be done the best way while doing the WWE style. of let me show you everything that happens here. And that's what the problem is. That's the whole issue with it. But commentators, the commentary team, just fire them. Beth Phoenix can stay. She annoyed me a little bit, but she has to say these stupid things. I can tell that. She can stay. Beth Phoenix can stay. She can do this by herself. You're fine. When it comes to all the damn promos, no, that's stupid. It's meaningless. And they were roughly half the show. Some of the promos went much longer than the matches. That should never be. It should take a lot longer to defeat somebody than it is to say something to anyone. So I like the wrestling, yes. I like seeing what these wrestlers were doing. That was good. All the promos can go away. The idiotic commentary team, they can go away. Promos, no. Commentary, no. Bright lights, no. Logo, no. Unless you're going to play Splatoon or, pick that color up and see what it really is, then there's no need for it. And calling it 2.0 when you haven't changed anything at all from the first is meaningless. So beyond the wrestling, no. Just no. So I held up my side. I did my thing. I reviewed it. I gave my honest thoughts on it. My honest opinions. No, these are not my opinions, because an opinion is something that is sort of just in the way. Just sort of, it's not here nor there. You don't have credence to it. It's just in the middle. It's not a negative. It's not a positive. It's just something to say, conversation starter, and learn from it. That's what an opinion is. No. This is more than that. This is a fact. This is my fact. I know that could get a lot of you saying that's my opinion, but no. You look at it objectively, you'll be like, wow, they could be a little darker. Don't need all those promos. The wedding was stupid. And their style, while it's all right and good, is not good for showing that there are various professional wrestling styles. There's a big difference. So, but I like the ring size. The audience has a good size for house shows and whatnot. Very gymnasium-y and whatnot. It's kind of, it looks like anyone should be able to go to these events. And that's good. That's what you want. You want it to look like anyone could just go. Like they could just set this shop up inside of a college or something. Some kind of college or large banquet hall or something massive, but not stupidly massive. Not like, some kind of stadium or something, but something like that. A really large high school gym. And still make it look really good, so I like that. And look, I do like, how can I say this? I'm a sucker for bright colors. It's just when it comes to professional wrestling, if you're going to have bright colors and the colors all over the ring, have your titles match. And if your titles won't look good with those splotchy colors, then don't do the splotchy colors. See what I'm saying? So I think I did my part. I think I did it well. I will not be watching NXT unless it is extremely needed. A request. It's like, man, just tell me about this match. Okay, I will look for that match and talk about that match, but I am not watching the whole show again. There's got to be something special for me to watch the whole show. Something special. So I hope it satisfies something. Not unless, somebody's like, man, I'm mad at what you did and I'm mad at what you're saying. But either case, I did my part. So this has been Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, NXT 2.0. Thank you for listening and see you next time.